I think almost everyone wants success in something. They want to be recognized, they want to be seen as amazing. But it's really difficult. The path to success is different for everyone, but we all want to know what it is for us. I also think it's very difficult to define success, and everyone probably has a different definition. So before I try to lay out what I think success is and how I think you can achieve it, I'll tell you what my definition of success is. I think success is being satisfied with either your current or future life and or having fulfilled goals you either intentionally or unintentionally set for yourself. It is not dependent, however, on societal norms or material wealth. Before I start telling you how I think you can achieve success, realize I don't think I'm qualified to tell you this. I don't think I have any background that will make me better than anyone else at telling you what success is. I feel a little bit like Calvin in this strip. Hang on. I think I have just as much qualification to tell you what success is as Calvin does to sell you happiness. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but I will try. Here we go. These are what I think are the key factors to success. The first is family. Who you are, who your parents are, where you're born are really important in what kind of opportunities you're going to have in life. I really explored this in my first paper and speech when I talk about how race and ethnicity affect what kind of opportunities you have in life. My second key factor is age. When you're born is really important to what kind of opportunities you're going to have. Malcolm Gladwell, in his book Outliers, really talks about this when he's discussing Bill Gates and how Bill Gates is Bill Gates, not just because he was smart and he had great opportunities, but because he was born in the right year. Sometimes you might be born too soon or too late for certain opportunities. My next key factor is intellect. I think you need a certain level of intelligence that matches whatever your goals happen to be. You don't need to be Einstein, but you need to have intelligence that is equal to what you want out of life. Now, my first three factors of success are in many ways things you can't change. And you might be feeling kind of down right now because you can't change who your parents are. You can't change what year you were born. However, don't give up yet because my next four factors are things that you can mold to achieve success. The first is hard work. You need to be willing to work if you're going to achieve success. You're never going to be successful if you're not willing to put in the time. Malcolm Gladwell talks about this when he tells us the story of Marita, the little girl who works so hard, but will have great opportunities likely because of the work she's doing. Or when he talks about how you need 10,000 hours to really become adept at anything. My next factor is ambition and goals. You need to be ambitious and you need to have goals. I talk about this in my second paper when I'm discussing Fernando Henrique Cardoso, who was a president of Brazil. He saw that there was a large and growing AIDS problem in Brazil, and so he set specific goals and specific steps to reduce the level of AIDS and to prevent AIDS becoming an epidemic in Brazil. And in many ways he achieved success, and he was able to do this because of these steps, these goals he had set for himself. My second to last category is creativity and perseverance. Malcolm Gladwell talks about how you need to be able to do a brick and a blanket test. You need to be able to think outside the box often to be a success. He tells the story of the immigrant from Europe who was looking for some unexplored area in the clothing industry and noticed that children's aprons really were not sold by anyone. And so he and his wife created a niche for themselves in that industry. And they became very successful because of it. But they also had to persevere. They had to work so hard to have that success. But in the end, they did achieve it. Now, my last category might be my most important. It's rationality. You need to know what's possible and what's probable, because sometimes your goals might be unachievable. You need to have some idea of what you possibly can do. Because if you have the idea that you'll be a millionaire and a CEO by age 30, you're probably not going to ever think you're a success, even if you do have success in many ways, because that goal is so unattainable. Twenty really talks about this in her book Generation Me when she says how irrational these young people in this generation are when it comes to what they think they can get out of life. So, wrapping up, these are the factors I see in success. I don't know if they're right. Maybe one or two of them are, maybe none. I don't really know. But I know this is what I'm going to be thinking about when I try to achieve success personally. And if you're looking for a little advice, maybe this will help you too. However, before I wrap up, I do have one more piece of advice that I think may be better than anything I've said. It's from the illustrious Calvin again. I think Calvin may have hit the nail on the head, so to speak. Maybe the real key factor to success is always looking for it and always striving for it. But to remember in the meantime, to just have a good time.